Good morning. Today I decided to grab the camera and show you a little bit of my day. It's still fairly early in the morning and I haven't had a proper breakfast yet. I've just poured some tea and yeah, I'm gonna start my day slowly. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. So there's a lot of things that I have to do today, and I'm actually gonna start with the test knitting because I have a pattern that is being test knit right now. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is to check out the comments and questions that I have regarding the pattern, and after that I actually started a little swatch yesterday, so I have to rip it out, not completely, but just some portions of it, and work on it a little bit and see what things I can change and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for this morning, basically. So it's extremely gloomy today, as you can probably tell. So I hope that the video quality is gonna be decent. But basically what I wanted to show you is the little swatch that I started yesterday, and it doesn't look like anything right now. But yeah, I will have to read back a portion of it and start over. But basically, it's something that I do very often with patterns. I like to knit mini versions of the pattern, or if I have like let's say a complicated part, for instance a border or something like this, I would usually knit a portion of it, and as a swatch and as a crash test as well. So I would usually do a simple swatch in the stitch pattern to see to measure the gauge, and then I will do a more technical one where I wouldn't necessarily measure the gauge, but just practice a stitch or practice a technique and practice, yeah, a portion of a pattern. Or in this scenario, I'm basically making a mini version of the pattern. It's hard to believe that it's already 11:30 in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna have some much needed coffee because I haven't had that yet. And yeah, I've made quite a bit of progress on the swatch, so I'm quite pleased with that. There's still a lot of things that I have to modify on that swatch, so I'm gonna work on that right after having my coffee. Then I have some email work to do. I need to check the test knitting thread once again. And yeah, I have some pattern writing this afternoon, mostly because I have completed 2 patterns recently that needs to be written. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. haven't shown you that yet, but yesterday we picked up some Christmas ornaments, even though we technically still don't have a Christmas tree. Here in Latvia, apparently they start selling Christmas trees way later in the month, compared to France, where they basically sell them, I don't know, like at the beginning of December. So usually I have my tree, I mean at my parents we have the tree on the 1st of December. So for me it's a bit odd to have the Christmas tree so late in the month, because technically Christmas is in like a week, well, a bit more than a week, but I don't know, I don't really see the point of putting a Christmas tree so late in the month, because the whole point of having the tree is to enjoy it, right? So anyway, we've spotted some Christmas trees down the street. Actually, they started selling them yesterday, so we're gonna go there tomorrow and try to pick one. So yeah, super excited. So yeah, yesterday basically we did some Christmas shopping for family, and I found some very cute ornaments for our tree. Or I also thought of having, I have a copper vase right here, and I thought of gathering some bare branches and hanging some decoration on it and just display it in the kitchen. I thought that that could be very, very beautiful as well. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot of ornaments right now, so I don't know how big our tree is gonna be, because it could be quite ridiculous to have a massive tree and just a few ornaments on it. That being said, we bought fairy lights yesterday, so maybe that could compensate with the lack of ornaments. But I found this beautiful, beautiful one yesterday. It's glass and it has some copper paint on it, so that's why I thought it could go so well with the vase. And if we end up not actually having a tree, I think that the minimal decor could be nice. I found this beautiful acorn as well. I couldn't leave it behind. It's just so perfect. And the little pine cone, they're so sweet. And I've bought these ones a couple of weeks ago, like more towards the beginning of December actually, and they all go so well together. So yeah, love these. And yeah, I actually don't I don't really want to buy too many things, because I mention it over and over, but we don't know, you know, for how long we're gonna be staying in Latvia. I think that I've been saying that for 3 years already, but anyway, you know, when you start accumulating things, then in the end you will have to move them, so it's just too much of a hassle. So the less we have, the easiest it's gonna be to move. So I don't know where the morning went, because it's 12:30 already, and I've only managed to sorry, I've only managed to work on my swatch, and I will have to readjust things on it and a little bit of computer work. But basically I feel that I still have so much to do today. There's still so much on my to-do list, and it's lunchtime already, so yeah, it's just difficult some days when there's so much to do and there's just only a few hours of, well, work during the day, so it can feel a little bit overwhelming. So yeah, I try not to stress myself out too much, and for example, if I'm working on the swatch, I try not to think of all the other things that I have to do, because then I'm just not productive at all. I start to stress and I make mistakes, and basically I waste time because I have to read back. So yeah, I try to focus on one task at a time most of the time, and when I take my breaks or things like that, I like to reflect on the things that I have worked on and I usually do that with my bullet list notebook. And yeah, that's usually how I move on from one task to the other throughout the day. So yeah, but anyway, it's lunchtime and I'm starving because I've only had clementines this morning for breakfast and tea and coffee. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna eat, but I need something quite consistent. So this is what lunch looks like today. We have some fermented pickles here, sauerkraut, different varieties of carrots, some lentils in tomato sauce with spring onion on top. Then we have a sweet potato with cream cheese. So yeah, excited.
Hello and welcome to episode 54 of New Hampshire Knits, coming to you from the gorgeous state of New Hampshire.
So yeah, it's after lunch, and I should probably get more clementines. But yeah, I'm listening to the New Hampshire Knits podcast, which is a brilliant audio podcast. I would highly recommend you to listen to it. Um, I really, really love it. And yeah, I'm gonna work on the swatch that I was working on this morning to do a couple of changes, and I'm gonna do some German short rows this time around. So yeah, changing a couple of things, and yeah. So it's 4:30 in the afternoon right now, and I actually lied. I didn't take a break this afternoon as I had intended to. I just worked on the swatch instead, and I made quite a bit of progress on it compared to where I was this morning. So yeah, it's quite satisfying, and I'm going to keep working on it for a little bit, I would say for half an hour. So I just received some mail and I'm going to open it up. This is beautiful. Obviously you're not gonna be able to see anything, the colorway or anything, but it's really, really pretty. It's gray with it has some gold inside, so very, very pretty. And it's the camera is not gonna want to focus. It's from the Yarn Collective, and it's called the Bloomsbury DK, and it's 100% merino wool. I will try to take a picture, a proper picture tomorrow to show you how the yarn looks in real life, but it's so beautiful. How many meters is there? 240 meters. So, oh goodness, it's so beautiful. So it is almost 8 p.m. and I've basically been working on this watch for the whole day, I think since maybe 9 a.m. this morning, so yeah. But that's something that happens from time to time, especially when there's a portion of a pattern that requires more techniques, or there are things, yeah, that are basically more technical and that I need to figure it out. So I prefer to kind of do it on a small swatch and then kind of make sure that it's gonna work on the larger scale, rather than starting straight away with the sample and repeat mistakes that could have been avoided on a smaller scale. So yeah, I talked about German short rows, I think, in a previous segment, and that didn't work out at all. That being said, I discovered German short rows, and let me tell you that they are just the most wonderful thing ever. I will probably forget about wrap and turns because German short rows are fantastic. If you've ever knit German short rows, or if you've been struggling with short rows in the past, German short rows could be the solution for you. They are amazing. They don't require any wrap, or you don't have to you don't have to wrap. Basically you duplicate a stitch with a yarn over. I mean, I'm not going to be able to explain that properly because my brain is not functioning properly anymore, but it's a very simple technique and you get a very, very neat result. But for the pattern that I'm working on, that didn't work out so well, I would say, because there's a lot of things going on, and I actually decided to do a simple turn with no wrapping, nothing fancy, just turn, knit, and no picking, no anything. It creates tiny holes, which works really well with the pattern. So I've basically wasted quite a bit of time trying different techniques and different things to end up doing the most simple thing ever. But I learned German short rows along the way, so I don't feel that I've wasted my time completely, because it's a technique that I will be using in the future for sure. So yeah, that would be the highlight of the day, because honestly there's not a lot of things that happened today. Oh, except the yarn that arrived today. Gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. I can't wait to see it in proper daylight tomorrow. So yeah, as I have mentioned, it's close to 8 p.m. and we haven't had proper dinner yet. So we're gonna have dinner and I'm gonna stop recording now, because honestly there's not a lot of things going on today. I probably didn't choose the best day to record, but you know, it's how my days look like most of the time. There's not a lot of things going on, just plenty of knitting or plenty of swatching, and troubleshooting and things like that. So yeah, some days are more knitting oriented, meaning that I would spend a whole lot of time knitting on a sample, so I'm more flexible. If it's summer, I can go and work in the park, or I can work in a coffee shop. But when I have like things to figure out, like today, sometimes I need a break to go and get some coffee, some tea, just do a couple of different things. So I don't think that I would be able to do that in a coffee shop. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop recording. I'm just rambling. I'm gonna stop recording, and yeah, I wish you a beautiful beginning of your weekend, and I will see you next week. Is next week Christmas? Is Christmas next week already? I don't know. But anyway, I will record another video next week, so talk to you very soon again.